The Boston Celtics walked into Orlando with pressure on their backs, questions in the air, and one clear mission: prove that this team is more than just its stars. By the end of the night, they had done exactly that. A stunning 111-107 comeback win over the Magic that wasn't just about numbers, but about resilience, grit, and unlikely heroes stepping into the spotlight. But before we dive deep into how Boston pulled this one off, take a second to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and click that hype button to keep the energy going. Because what happened in Orlando deserves your full attention. The Celtics trailed by 12 points, the game slipping away early. The crowd was loud, the energy all blue and orange. But then came the spark. Anthony Simons, the quiet off-season addition, decided it was time to explode. In just 8 minutes, he poured in 23 points, including 5 massive three-pointers that turned silence into shock inside the Kia Center. By halftime, he had 25 points, single-handedly keeping Boston alive. Without his run, this could have been a blowout. Instead, it became the foundation for a statement win. That's the first big takeaway. But what about the fourth quarter? That's where Jordan Walsh, the young forward many fans doubted, made his case to stay in the rotation. He didn't just play hard, he played smart. 6 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 huge threes, including the dagger with 10 seconds left that sealed the game. The shot that made Orlando's comeback hopes vanish in an instant. Walsh has now posted at least 6 rebounds in 3 straight games, and more importantly, he's becoming the kind of defensive presence Joe Mazzulla's bench has been begging for. That's takeaway number 2. Then, there's the other side of the story. Sam Hauser's struggles continue. 0 rhythm, 0 confidence. Just 3 makes in his last 24 attempts. It's painful to watch a shooter of his caliber stuck in this kind of slump, but maybe this is exactly what Boston needed to find depth in unexpected places. When your usual weapons go cold, others are forced to rise. And that leads straight to the fourth and biggest point of the night. Boston's bench didn't just survive, it dominated. Outscoring Orlando's second unit 50-18, the reserves completely flipped the game. Simons scoring, Walsh's hustle, Garza's control on the glass, and even defensive energy from Hugo Gonzalez combined to give Boston its most complete team win of the season. For a group that's been criticized since October, this was a turning point. Now here's where things get really interesting. The Celtics are heading to Philadelphia next with momentum shifting, chemistry building, and new faces earning trust. But one question remains. If the bench just found its identity, what happens when the stars return to full form? Could this be the moment when Boston finally becomes the unstoppable, all-around force everyone expected? Or will this victory be remembered as a rare flash before reality sets back in? The answer might define the rest of their season. Ja Morant is one of the most electrifying players the league has seen in years. Explosive, fearless, and capable of changing the rhythm of a game in seconds. Yet his market value has never been under more pressure than it is right now. Reports are surfacing that the superstar's relationship with the Memphis Grizzlies has deteriorated to a dangerous point, and what's even more shocking is how little interest other teams have in bringing him in. According to ESPN's Mark J. Spears, multiple league executives have made it clear that trading for Morant is not something they're eager to do.
40 execs I talked to today said they really have no interest in trading for him. One said it was because it's a combo of contract and off-the-court issues. Another suggested that if Ja is traded, it'll probably be a problem star for a problem star. A couple of them also said that you need the right coaching staff to have such a mercurial star as him. And I asked one current NBA coach if he would like to coach Ja Morant, and he's not. And he said, I'm not sure I'd want to.
4 of them said outright that they have no interest. One executive pointed to a combination of Morant's large contract and his off-court controversies. Another added that if Morant is traded, it will likely be a problem star for a problem star type of situation, meaning teams would only exchange him for another talented player with baggage. That statement alone reveals a lot about how the league currently views him. The hesitation runs even deeper among coaches. Spears said one current NBA head coach admitted he isn't sure he would even want to coach Morant. That's a stunning comment when you consider that we're talking about a player who just 2 seasons ago was in MVP conversations. His issues with Memphis coaching staff, which led to his most recent suspension, and the infamous gun incidents that made headlines 2 years ago, have left an image that many teams are struggling to separate from his undeniable talent. Still, on the court, the numbers speak loudly. Morant is averaging just over 20 points and 7 assists per game this season, proving that his skill and athleticism remain elite. But questions about his commitment and his ability to stay out of trouble continue to overshadow those performances. In a league where image and leadership matter as much as production, that combination can be devastating for a player's market value. So here's the question that now defines the next chapter of Ja Morant's career. If general managers are already backing away and coaches are expressing doubt, how far can his value fall before the Grizzlies are forced to make a move they never wanted? Could the league's most explosive guard be heading toward becoming one of its most untradeable stars? The answer may come sooner than anyone expects, and it could change how teams measure talent versus risk in the modern NBA. The Boston Celtics may soon find themselves at a crossroads that could change the balance of power across the league. A slow start to the season, a 4-6 record, and visible inconsistencies have sparked conversations that many fans hope to avoid. But one idea is gaining momentum, and it could directly benefit the Golden State Warriors. Analyst Bill Simmons has suggested something few in Boston would dare to say out loud. If the Celtics cannot turn things around soon, Derek White could be the player sacrificed. White has been one of the most reliable and respected members of this roster. His defense, leadership, and ability to adapt made him a key part of Boston's identity last season. But now, as the Celtics struggle without Jason Tatum, White's numbers have dipped. He's averaging around 14 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 5 assists per game, shooting just over 33% from the field and 26% from three-point range. For a team trying to define its new core, those numbers raise questions about whether his current role fits what Boston truly needs. That's where Golden State enters the picture. The Warriors have been searching for stability in their backcourt. Their lineup changes almost every night, and with Stephen Curry carrying an increasingly heavy load, they need someone who can defend at a high level, stretch the floor, and handle the ball under pressure. White checks every one of those boxes. He shot 38% from deep last season and finished 10th in Defensive Player of the Year voting. On paper, he's exactly what Golden State is missing. But the path to making that trade is complicated. White's contract, valued at $28 million this season, would require the Warriors to include pieces like Jonathan Kuminga and possibly Buddy Hield, along with draft capital, to make the deal work. It's a steep price, but one that could make them instant contenders again. And considering their 5-5 start and recent loss to Denver, it might be a move they cannot afford to ignore. For Boston, the question is even harder. Trading White would signal a shift from competing to rebuilding, a step backward few expected after last year's strong run. Yet if the current struggles continue, the logic becomes difficult to fight. White's trade value is still high, and his departure could bring assets that help reshape the roster. So the tension builds. Will the Celtics actually consider moving one of their most trusted players? Would the Warriors dare to part with young talent and future picks for another veteran guard? And most importantly, could Derek White, a player known for his quiet consistency, become the unexpected gift that reignites Golden State's championship hopes? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the hype button, because this story might just explode before the season reaches its halfway point.